What's up, everyone? It's JackalGoldKick. So I want to make a video about something that's really pissing me off, and I have to vent about it because I am so sick and tired of this shit. Dear gamers, stop supporting something you're against. Now, this isn't directed at all gamers. This video is specifically about some gamers out there that will continue over and over, time and time again, to sit there and call out stuff in the game industry they don't like and have issues with things in the game industry they dislike. And they do this all the time. And what do these people do? They still buy these motherfucking games and play these motherfucking games with the problems that they have with these fucking games. I am sick and tired of you motherfuckers, and I cannot take this bullshit anymore. You gamers out there that want to constantly make rant videos and talk about all this bullshit in the game industry you don't like. Oh, this game's buggy and broken. This game has DLC microtransactions I don't like. This game has a battle pass I don't like. This game's cutting out content, adding it down later, aka Halo Infinite shit coming down the line that I talked about. But yet these motherfuckers still support the games. They still support the next game coming and the next game coming that has the exact same problems that they've already seen before. These are also the same people that backpedal. A company releases a broken game, or they make something in a game bullshit when they did it on purpose, and then some gamers, they get mad about it and give flack, and then when the company backpedals and fixes it, then some of these gamers backpedal, and then just history repeats itself. I am sick and tired of this bullshit. It's pissing me the fuck off. I'll give you an example. Somebody I watch that I unsubscribe from because to me he's disingenuous. This guy named XGLLX. He's a guy that mostly rants on Halo. And he's made rant videos about Halo and Gears of War. I unsubscribe from this guy because I just come to realize that like a lot of these other gamers that will constantly call out stuff in the game industry but yet still support, buy these games, and play these games with these problems. Just like them, this guy is a part of the motherfucking problem. Because this guy recently posted a video yesterday, like 21 hours ago, where he's talking about Halo Infinite's, something about Halo Infinite, and yet this motherfucker's playing the game, and he bought a Halo Infinite Series X. It's like, motherfucker, you're making yourself a part of the problem. You want to claim you have all these issues with Halo Infinite, you have these issues with Gears 5, and yet every time a new Gears or Halo comes out, you're up to buy the next one and play the next one, but still have issues with what they're doing. You're making yourself a part of the problem. You're not helping anything. This is what I talked about in my video from, I think, 2020, where I said that, if you want to see problems in the game industry, you have to vote with your wallet. It's going to take more than rant videos. The same thing with someone like Angry Joe. You know how many times I've seen Angry Joe rant on the yearly Madden? Oh, it's the same shit all the time. And yet that motherfucker still buys the yearly Madden when it comes out. I am sick and tired of this shit. So you fucking gamers out there that constantly complain, because that's what it is complaining. It's no longer voicing thoughts and concerns. Because you fucking gamers out there that want to constantly complain and call out all the stuff you hate in the industry, like buggy games, or a game like Halo Infinite missing content, or a game having a buggy launch, or a game having a battle pass, or whatever some of you gamers want to talk about or have an issue with in the game industry, yet you still want to constantly support the games with these problems and still play them despite the problems you have in the industry. You need to stop fucking doing that and boycott this shit, because you're a part of the motherfucking problem, and I am sick of this goddamn bullshit. This is why, I've had thoughts about boycotting stuff, but I don't even know if I should try boycotting stuff, because half of these motherfuckers that talk about the bullshit in the industry, they don't even boycott the games. And boycotting is the message, but I'm just one person. If I boycott this stuff, that's not going to do anything. It's going to take so many people boycotting something to do something. So I don't want to act like a holier-than-thou person, or I'm a perfect person, I'm going to boycott stuff. I don't know where I stand in that stuff, because with boycotting shit, it takes a whole bunch of people to make a change. Just someone like me boycotting, it's not going to do anything. If I'm just boycotting something, it's not going to do anything. It's going to take a lot of people. And that's why a lot of times I don't know where I stand on that. But yeah, I wanted to make this video because this is something that's really been on my mind and been pissing me off all the time, because I see this shit so much. And I also see hypocrisy. When Final Fantasy VII Remake blatantly came out incomplete, they released part 1 and they'll release the parts down the line. Now you got Halo Infinite doing it. You got all these people on YouTube. They all have, they want they It's like you got all these people on YouTube. Now they want to call out, when Halo Infinite announced that it was adding co-op and Forged Online. All these people on fucking YouTube, they want to talk about Halo Infinite doing it. Were they talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake being released incomplete? No. But still, they're a part of the problem because they're supporting Halo Infinite despite calling it out. And that's the problem I have. That's what this video was about in general. It's about, like I said, not all gamers, but it's about some of you gamers out there. All the time, you constantly rant and talk about all these problems and voice all these issues you have with all these problems in the game industry, like buggy games, broken games, patches and DLCs and microtransactions and battle passes, games being released incomplete, and Halo Infinite. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of some of you gamers out there that constantly talk about issues you have in the gaming industry, but yet you turn around and still support the games with the stuff you don't like. And you still play the games with the stuff that you dislike. And I'm tired of seeing this shit because you're making yourself a part of the fucking problem. And you don't realize that you're making yourself a part of the problem. And you're continuing this bullshit. Okay? Do you realize that if you would boycott this stuff in mass amounts, like if a lot of you that claim to be against this shit, if you would boycott it, we could possibly see change. I'll give you some examples. Let me pull this shit out. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? I bought this pre-owned, not new. This is Dead Rising 4. This game was a failure. This game failed financially. And guess what? They never made more Dead Rising games like this. Why? Because it failed. And that told Capcom, we don't want this kind of bullshit for Dead Rising. It's the same thing with HD DVD. When Blu-ray and HD DVD were having a battle, guess what? The customers supported Blu-ray more than HD DVD, and that's why Blu-ray won, and that's why HD DVD lost, because that told people, we want Blu-ray, not HD DVD. You have to vote with your wallet, and I'm tired of this shit. What is it going to take for some of you gamers to finally wake the fuck up and realize that you have to do more than just criticizing and talking about this shit? You have to do more than that. You have to boycott this stuff, okay? So if you're one of those gamers out there that I'm talking about, that wants to talk about all these issues you have in the game industry, and you want to talk about all this bullshit you're tired of in the industry, but yet you turn around and still support these games, buy them and play them, despite the issues you have, you're a part of the problem, and you need to look at yourself in the mirror and rethink yourself as a character. Because the only way we're going to see a goddamn change in this industry is boycotting shit and voting with the motherfucking wallet. That's the only way we'll see a change. I mean, look at Cyberpunk 2077. Look at GTA Trilogy. Why is GTA Trilogy, why did it come out buggy and broken? Because Cyberpunk was still successful despite the bugs, you know? I mean, you would think it's like a lot of these gamers, they always talk about how they're so tired of buggy games and they're so tired of broken games. And it's like they don't learn that, this shit is going to keep happening. Like Cyberpunk should have this should have been something learned a while ago. But Cyberpunk, for example, Cyberpunk, Fallout 76, those are perfect examples of what's going on in the industry with people releasing broken games. Those should have been good enough examples for some gamers to be like, huh, they're releasing broken games now. Let's not pre-order GTA Trilogy or these next few games just in case they release it buggy. Because it doesn't matter, like the GTA Trilogy right now, it doesn't matter that there's all this flack going on and there's all this criticism towards GTA Trilogy and hate. Because I don't know how successful it is, but if the GTA Trilogy sold well, the hate's not going to matter. Because whatever comes out next from any other company is going to be buggy, The only way we see a change in the industry is if people boycott stuff. And that's the reality of it. The only way we're going to see a change in the industry, you want to see DLC and microtransactions and broken games, you want to see all this stuff go away, and you want it to stop, you have to boycott it, and you have to boycott the games with it. You know, that's all I want to say. And like I said, I'm tired of it. I am sick and tired of it. I am so tired of some of you gamers out there that want to constantly talk about the issues you have in the gaming industry and the problems you have with games. Oh, this game's buggy, and this game has a bad battle pass system. Or you want to say this, you want to say that, but then you'll still support the games, and you'll still play the games, and then you continue it afterwards. And I also see, like, these same gamers, they'll talk about a certain game with issues, and then the same developer and same company will release the next game in the series and do the exact same thing again, and then they'll buy the next game again, even though they were against the issues with the last. Like, it makes no sense to me. The only way the industry is going to get better and the only way we're going to get rid of this bullshit is there has to be voting with wallets, boycotting. And until a lot of gamers realize that, we're going to be stuck in this shit heap for a while. We're going to keep getting live service games. We're going to keep getting broken games. We're going to keep getting DLCs and patches and battle passes and all this bullshit. Because as long as we have some people that don't realize that you have to do more than just talk about this shit, we're going to have this problem, you know? And that's the reality of it. I'm sick and tired of it. I had to make a video ranting on it, just doing something off the cuff, because it was just something on my mind that I had to get off my chest, because it's pissing me off at this point, and I see it time and time and time again. From gamers, YouTubers. I'm sick of it. And like I said, this isn't about all gamers, but I hope my message and I got my point across. Boycotting is the only answer, and I'm tired of seeing this cycle, the same song and dance. A game comes out, it has a bunch of things a lot of gamers don't like, but then they still buy and support that game and play it. And then the next game and the next game after and the next game after and the next game after that has issues and problems that they don't like, that they talked about, that they had issues with in the game industry and they had issues with in that game before, they still support and buy and play the next game after that comes out later on with the exact same problems. I mean, look at Halo Infinite. People like Dreamcast Guy, Review Tech USA, Oh No It's Alex. Those motherfuckers, and including a lot of gamers, Oh No It's Alex, Review Tech USA, and Dreamcast Guy, and plenty of other gamers out there. You've seen those three YouTubers I mentioned, Review Tech USA, Dreamcast Guy, and Oh No It's Alex, and some gamers out there. You've seen them talk about the problems with Halo Infinite and how they don't like the fact that it's not going to have co-op at launch. And Solid Rev as well. And yet, what are those motherfuckers doing? They're still playing the motherfucking game. And they're still going to play it day one. They're still supporting it, and they're still going to fucking play it. You're a part of the motherfucking problem. Solid Rev, Review Tech USA, Dreamcast Guy, Oh No It's Alex, you motherfuckers are a part of the goddamn problem. It doesn't matter if you made videos saying, delay this, Halo Infinite, it's wrong for Halo Infinite not to have co-op and Forge at launch. This is bullshit, it should be there at launch, this is wrong. All four of those YouTubers and the people I mentioned, they had an issue with it. But guess what? I saw those same people that ranted about that stuff, I saw those same motherfuckers lining up to play Halo Infinite's beta, and they're probably gonna fucking buy the game, and they're gonna play it, and they're gonna support it. You're making yourself a part of the fucking problem, and you're just gonna allow this shit to be accepted to where the next game after Halo Infinite, hell, it even happened with Battlefield. I heard the new Battlefield is missing content, which is just a domino effect from Halo Infinite. And I'm just tired of seeing this shit. So, yeah, that's all I really have to say. I'm just sick of this shit, and I wanted to stop because I am so tired of getting on the internet and seeing a lot of gamers talk about issues they have in the game industry, and yet they support these fucking games and play these games that have the problems they have, and they wonder why the shit still exists. They wonder why they're still here year after year, day after day, still talking about it. They wonder why. And YouTubers like Review Tech USA and Solid Rev and Oh No It's Alex and Dreamcast Guy, these motherfuckers that want to rant about Halo Infinite and, not having co-op and Forge at launch, and they have an issue with it and they think it's unacceptable, and yet they turn around and play it and support it when it's coming out, and they're probably going to buy it when it comes out, they make themselves a part of the problem, and they wonder why this shit still happens. This is why I've talked about this guy before, but shout out to Gamer Rant. I'm going to link his channel in the description. Shout out to Gamer Rant. This is one of the guys that I respect when it comes to this stuff, because this guy gets it. He's someone that talks about the problems in the game industry, and you know what he does? He boycotts the games. He does not support the stuff. He knows what's up, and he showed me the issues in the game industry. If I never found his channel, I would have never saw the problems in the game industry. I would have never saw the issues with DLC patches and microtransactions, which is something else I'll say real quick in this video, in case this video does do well. Once again, like I said in my other videos, the problem with DLC and microtransactions is they make games incomplete because once the servers go down, you can't get that stuff anymore, so then it's incomplete. And then the problem with video game patches is that eventually when the servers go down, you won't be able to get these patches anymore, so the games will be affected. They'll not only be affected, but they'll be incomplete, you know? So please, some of you gamers out there in general, and YouTubers, and those people I'm talking about in general in this video, please wake the fuck up and realize that you have to boycott this stuff or there will not be a change. And it's as simple as fucking that. You cannot say in the same sentence that I hate this shit in the industry, it sucks, but then turn around and support and play and buy the motherfucking games with the motherfucking problems because you're still just making yourselves a part of the motherfucking problem. And it's as plain as fucking simple as that. That's all I gotta say.